So this is a nice one. This, believe it or not, over here with the 16 photos, that's a stock page. Watch. It's under multiples photos, all right? And it's the one with 16 photos. So it's this one right here, 4 rows of 4. So that's just a regular old page. But the problem is this page over here. When you choose the full bleed, of course, the margins don't match. And that doesn't look bad either. This is a very viable choice right here just to go with a full beside it. You can absolutely do that. But to add that little edge and make your book a little more custom, I like to match up the margins. Here's what we're going to do. In this case, we're going to leave them linked because we're going to move the whole thing proportionally just in until our margins match, like right there. I'm trying to make sure it's pretty much even. I am eyeing it, and you're going to have to eye it. There we go. So that's pretty much, you have a white border in here that matches the right border on the top like that. So it looks pretty much correct. All right, now you could, if you wanted to, really go a little further. You could unlink them at this point and say, well, there's a wider border there, so let's bring this side in to where it kind of matches. And there's a wider border here, so let's bring this into where it kind of matches too. You could certainly do that if you wanted to get sticky. Honestly, I like it the way it looked before. I would undo those last steps personally right to there. I think that looks pretty good right there. All right, so that's one. This one you would have to save as a custom page. This is a regular page. All right, but a nice layout altogether. This one's kind of interesting. So this is obviously a three photo layout. So let's go to the 3 photos and figure out which one was it. It was the 3 tall with no space in between. It was that one. That's where you start. Let me undo so you can see the difference. That's where we started. But I wanted something that doesn't exist, which is 3 square across. So what you do is you start with the 3 tall, all the way bleeding to the edges. That's, let's click on 3. And it's no wonder I can't find it. There we go. Start there. And you know the drill. Click on the thing, unlock it, and bring it down. And make it to where it looks like a square. Now it's easy for me to do because I've worked on that page. Click, unlink, customize. Look how easy it is to do this. It is very easy. There's 2. Last one, unlink. And we bring this up to here, up to the edges, and this to here. And of course, if you want to make sure it's really good, you can hit Command plus on Mac or Control plus on Windows and zoom in and check those edges and make sure they're on the money. Over here, we have 2 images. Count the number of images. So you know it was a 2 page. So we went in here and did what? Let's go to the two photos. And which do we use? Well, we had to use a pretty much one that goes a full bleed. So it had to be there's one on top of the other right there. And let's see what else we have that's full bleed. That's pretty much it for the full bleeds. So we need this one, or this one where it's got a wide and a tall. So we started here, right, with a wide and a tall next to each other, but we're going to customize it. Click here, go to link, make it skinny, same thing over here. It'll be easier for us to do if I start with this one, and make it go all the way across the page like a 5-panel pano. Right there, bring up the bottom, that's how it was done. So you see how it starts with like a page that bleeds and then you just kind of edit it to where it matches. There we go. So that's a nice spread all the way across. Now, I don't have any margins between them, no padding between them. Of course, you know you could add padding if you want to any of these. Just click on it and add a left to right. So if you wanted to add a little bit of space, now it puts a space between them. Go to this one maybe and add a little space on the right. And so you can go easily enough and add space between any of these. That would be on the left side, wouldn't it? Whoops. Add just a tiny bit. And you want to use consistent numbers. Whatever number you used over here, 5, then you would want to use it over here as well. That's not right. Let's go to 5 on the left. There we go. So that way. But that's, again, your choice.